President Nath Kovind graces the 61st annual conference of Bodo Sahitya Sabha. PM Modi attends second India Nordic Summit in Denmark today. Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region to accelerate pace of development initiatives. Mizoram Legislative Assembly Golden Jubilee celebrations begin. And Sarkar Aapke Dwar initiative brings government services at the doorstep in Arunachal Pradesh. A very good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Ashutosh Sharma bringing to you the stories in detail. President Nath Kovind today attended the 61st annual session of Bodo Sahitya Sabha at Tamulpur. Speaking on the occasion, President Kovind said society and government should take responsibility to protect and promote our languages. Mentioning about the rich history of Bodo language and culture, he appealed the Bodo Sahitya Sabha to promote more women writers in the language. President also appreciated the combined efforts of union government and state governments, for which people of Northeast region have seen peace and fast-paced development in the recent years. Assam Chief Minister in his address said that the state government has decided to start Bodo medium education for class 11 and class 12. Assam Governor Professor Jagdish Mukhi emphasized on importance of education in mother tongue. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma and Sikkim Chief Minister Prem Singh Tamang also graced the occasion.
देवियों और सज्जनों, मुझे बताया गया है कि असम में लगभग 35 लाख लोग बोडो भाषा बोलते हैं। असम के अलावा बोडो भाषा बोलने वाले लोग पश्चिम बंगाल, मेघालय, अरुणाचल प्रदेश, सिक्किम, नागालैंड और त्रिपुरा और यहां तक कि बांग्लादेश और नेपाल में भी निवास करते हैं। अब ये साहित्य और भाषा।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has attended the second India Nordic Summit today along with Prime Ministers of Denmark, Iceland, Finland, Sweden and Norway. The summit in Denmark has primarily focused on post-pandemic economic recovery, climate change, renewable energy and evolving global security scenario. The summit saw the participation of Prime Ministers of Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway and Sweden. The first India Nordic Summit was held in Stockholm in 2018. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said India remains committed to meeting the needs of the poorest and the most vulnerable by building the next generation infrastructure to realize aspirations. In a video message at the 4th edition of the International Conference on Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, Modi said people must be at the heart of any infrastructure growth story. He said that infrastructure is about people and providing them high quality, dependable and sustainable services in an equitable manner. Prime Minister said India is scaling up the provision of fundamental services in the area of education, health, drinking water, electricity, transport and also tackling climate change in a very direct way.
Of the International Conference on Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. At the outset, we must remind ourselves that the solemn promise of the Sustainable Development Goals is to leave no one behind. That is why we remain committed to meeting the needs of the poorest and the most vulnerable by building the next generation infrastructure to realize their aspirations. And infrastructure is not just about creation capital assets and generating.
President Nath today is attending the valedictory ceremony of Northeast Festival being held at Srimanta Shankardev Kalakshetra in Guwahati under the aegis of Ministry of Donor. Assam Governor Professor Jagdish Mukhi, Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Ayush Sarbananda Sonowal, Union Donor Minister G. Kishan Reddy, Union Minister of Law and Justice Kiran Rijiju and Minister of State for Donor B. L. Verma also graced the valedictory ceremony.
That in the recent years we have been connecting with history, especially of the national movement, more than ever before in recent decades. We held year-long celebrations of the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi in 2019. The young generation in particular had an opportunity to rediscover the values that the father of the nation advocated. Then we began celebrations of the 75th anniversary of our independence. I am pleasantly surprised by the people's widespread participation in various events organized under Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. It shows.
The Minister for Development of Northeast Region, Tourism and Culture G. Kishan Reddy today presided over an interactive session with senior officials of the Government of India and state governments of the 8 northeastern states. The Minister called upon the senior officials to leverage this interactive session to collectively brainstorm on important themes concerning the development of the Northeast region and accelerate the pace of development. Addressing the gathering, the Minister called for greater coordination between the central government ministries and state governments. He assured that the Ministry of Development of Northeast region shall focus on its role of a coordinator and ensure the development process is not impeded because of systemic issues. India has achieved a monthly value of merchandise export of $38.19 billion in the last month. It shows an increase of around 24% as compared to the export registered in the same period last year. Value of non-petroleum exports last month was $30.46 billion, registering a growth of 12.32% in export against the corresponding period last year. On the other hand, the value of non-petroleum and non-gems and jewelry exports last month was $27.16 billion, registering a growth of 14.38% as compared to the exports registered in the same period last year. Dr. Mansukh Mandaviya, Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare and Chemicals and Fertilizers, today chaired meeting for Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals. The meeting was held to discuss methodologies for adding value to byproducts of the petroleum industry that go as raw material into downstream specialty chemical industries. The Union Minister emphasized the need for India to go in for import substitution of these raw materials intermediates, strengthen the existing ecosystem of PCPIR, encourage investment in cracker plants and leverage the industrial strength of the sector for giving a boost to the specialty chemicals sector to realize Honorable Prime Minister's vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. As part of the ongoing Mizoram Legislative Assembly Golden Jubilee 1972 to 2022 celebrations, an exhibition showcasing valuable photographs and other memorabilia of the Mizoram Legislative Assembly since District Council days was inaugurated today by the Deputy Speaker E.R. Lalrin Wama at the Assembly Annex Building, Aizawl. The exhibition, which will span from 4th to 10th May, will be open to the public and interested institutions for 3 days, that is up to 6th May. The main event for the Golden Jubilee celebration will be held on the 10th of May 2022 under the chairmanship of Honorable Speaker Pu Lalrin Liana Silo. A special assembly session will be held on that day in which Chief Guest Honorable Lok Sabha Speaker P.U. Om Birla will address the session. Arunachal Pradesh government's special initiative to deliver government services to people, Sarkar Aapke Dwar, has been gaining popularity among the masses. Chief Minister Pema Khandu in a tweet said that the Sarkar Aapke Dwar camp has been successful to bring government services at the doorstep. On the occasion of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrations, SAKD camps in all districts of the state have been organized by the state government. The Chief Minister said his government will continue to endeavour to achieve maximum governance and minimum government. In Mizoram till date, Mizo people still prioritize the practice of Sem Sem Dam Dam A Bil Thithi, which is translated as one who shares lives, one who hoards dies. This Zonan Ze Mawi, a code of conduct that they live by, could be witnessed in different forms. A Rahu, which means eat them, was written on the road with charcoal by a farmer in Mizoram. A 36-year-old Pu Si Lalbiak Thanga from Muntha village in Mizoram's Sership district laid out his banana harvest on the side of the road for travellers who pass by to eat for free. The village people also said that the 63-year-old has often done this practice of putting out his farm harvest on the roadside for free. In IPL Cricket, the Board of Control for Cricket in India (BCCI) has announced the schedule and venue details of the IPL 2022 playoffs and final. The qualifiers in the playoff stage will start on May 24th and the final of the tournament will be played on May 29th. The qualifier 1 and the eliminator will be played in Kolkata, while the qualifier 2 and summit clash will be hosted at Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. BCCI Secretary Jai Shah confirmed the playoffs games will be played with full capacity crowds for the first time in 2 years. Meanwhile, Royal Challengers Bangalore will take on Chennai Super Kings at Maharashtra Cricket Association Stadium in Pune at 7:30 p.m. Ahead of the International Yoga Day 2022, Himveers of Indo-Tibetan Border Police (ITBP) today participated in a yoga session at an altitude of 17,000 feet amid snow conditions. International Yoga Day has been celebrated annually on June 21 since 2015. The 1st Battalion Meghalaya Police celebrated yesterday the Golden Jubilee celebrations in presence of Home Minister Likmen Rumbai, Special DIG Nongrang and other officers. Speaking at the occasion, Home Minister Lakman Rumbai said in the last 50 years all the personnel have served with dignity, responsible for the state. It's the service of them that the police department could overcome many challenges. He also said policing is difficult and challenging in this new world order. The police personnel are living in the glass house where everyone is judging them and they are judged by what they are doing. After athletes highlighted poor facilities at Meghalaya Games 2022, Chief Minister Conrad Sangma visited these locations to take stock of the situation. A visibly upset Chief Minister immediately ordered the athletes to be moved to a hotel for better facilities. Sangma also visited the venue of the Meghalaya Games 2022 in Shillong to take first-hand stock of the arrangements. Meanwhile, the organizing committee of the Games has refuted the allegations, saying that the athletes were using disallowed toilets which are under renovations instead of using the clean bio toilets. To end the news, the main points once again. President Nath Kovind graces the 61st annual conference of Bodo Sahitya Sabha. PM Modi attends 2nd India Nordic Summit in Denmark today. Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region to accelerate pace of development initiatives. Mizoram Legislative Assembly Golden Jubilee celebrations begin. And Sarkar Aapke Dwar initiative brings governance services at doorstep in Arunachal Pradesh. That brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.